It started as a routine day in the galaxy, but something changed. An unexpected signal of distress call flashed across the vast reaches of space. The Galactic Council, made up of countless alien species, quickly scrambled to decode it. The message was clear but strange. "Help us, we are under attack." The aliens gathered around the glowing screens, their faces serious. This wasn't a typical SOS. The signal was coming from a distant, forgotten planet. One the Council had ignored for centuries. Earth. They'd never paid much attention to humanity, dismissing humans as weak, unimportant. But this signal was different. As the Council debated, a chilling thought spread among them. What if this wasn't a plea for help? What if it was a trap? Without warning, a massive alien fleet, led by an ancient race, shifted course. Heading toward Earth, they had no idea what they were walking into. The Council's highest officials exchanged uneasy glances. As the alien ships prepared to leave, a hidden base on Earth activated, sending a warning to a sleeping race deep beneath the planet's surface. And with that, the Deathworlders awoke. The aliens had just made a deadly mistake beneath the surface of Earth. A rumble echoed through the deep caverns. It wasn't an earthquake, it was something far worse. For centuries, the Deathworlders had been dormant. Their towering warships hidden in underground bunkers, waiting for the right moment to rise again. Now, that moment had come. On the surface, the first alien ships entered Earth's orbit. The distant hum of their engines filled the void, and their crew was confident they were about to find an easy target. The Council had sent them to investigate a signal they believed to be a cry for help. But as the ships hovered above, they began to feel an unsettling presence. A shadow moved across the sky, a massive warship. Older than any technology the aliens had ever seen, rose from beneath the ocean. Its surface was black, scarred from centuries of disuse. The Deathworlders were awake, and they were furious from within the warship. An army of ruthless soldiers emerged, their eyes burning with hatred. They had been waiting for this. The Council had unwittingly activated their wrath. The Earth was no longer a forgotten planet. It was their battleground. As the alien fleet prepared to launch their first strike, the Deathworlders' warships rose, blocking the stars. The galaxy had no idea what was about to happen. The Galactic Council was in chaos. Representatives from dozens of alien species argued loudly, their voices rising with panic. The once confident fleet, sent to Earth to investigate the distress signal, had disappeared from the radar. Reports began flooding in of strange, massive warships rising from Earth's ocean ships, unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. "They're awake." A voice trembled from the Council's leader, a tall, pale-skinned alien known as Vrontak. His voice, usually calm and commanding, now sounded uncertain. "Impossible," another alien, a reptilian species from a distant planet, hissed. The Deathworlders were just a myth, nothing more than ancient stories. But the transmission was clear. The Deathworlders were real, and they were angry. On the Council's screen, footage showed Earth's surface-blackened warships were emerging from the depths, massive engines lighting up the sky. The alien fleet had underestimated humanity, but they'd also made a far worse mistake, awaking the planet's hidden defenders. "Prepare for war," Vrontak ordered. "We cannot afford to underestimate them again." As the alien leaders scrambled to plan, a cold fear settled over the room. The Deathworlders were not just a legend. They were the galaxy's nightmare, and they were about to unleash it. The Council's forces turned their attention to Earth, but the image on their screen flickered, revealing a new, terrifying truth. Earth's fleet, human-made, massive, and powered by a secret alliance, was already assembling. The galaxy had never seen anything like this. The Deathworlders had emerged from the depths, their massive warships stretching into the sky like dark, looming giants. The alien fleet, which had thought it would simply observe, now faced an enemy unlike any it had ever encountered. The Deathworlders, furious and relentless, began their attack on the alien ships orbiting Earth. But the aliens soon realized their mistake. As the first blast from a Deathworlder warship obliterated an alien scout ship, The ground beneath them shook with the force of the explosion. And then, something even more unexpected happened. From Earth's atmosphere, a new fleet emerged, human warships, sleek and powerful, their engines burning bright against the void. These weren't the slow, outdated vessels the aliens had expected from a backwater planet. No, these were cutting-edge ships equipped with technology the galaxy had never seen. Humanity was ready for war. The Deathworlders, with their centuries-old battle prowess, clashed with the alien fleet in a brutal, no-holds-barred battle. But the humans weren't just fighting with firepower. They were fighting with strategy, outmaneuvering the alien ships at every turn. On Earth, military commanders watched the battle unfold. For them, it was more than just a fight for survival. It was a chance to prove that humanity wasn't to be underestimated. The largest of Earth's warships, the behemoth of destruction, launched from a hidden base, its cannons primed and ready. As it sped toward the alien mothership, the galaxy held its breath. This was no ordinary ship. This was the beginning of Earth's reckoning. The battle above Earth had escalated into a full-scale war. Alien ships and Deathworlder warships collided in the vastness of space, their lasers and missiles lighting up the sky like a deadly dance. But despite the fierce combat, one thing became clear: the Deathworlders weren't the only force the galaxy had underestimated. Earth's warships, led by humanity's most skilled commanders, moved with precision. They had a weapon the Deathworlders didn't expect: strategy. While the Deathworlders attacked with brute force, the humans outsmarted them at every turn. Their tactics were unpredictable, using every inch of Earth's atmosphere and gravity to their advantage. Meanwhile, the alien fleet, once confident in their superiority, was starting to falter. Their ships were being destroyed faster than they could replenish their numbers. But the real turning point came when Earth's secret weapon revealed itself. From the shadows of Earth's surface, the largest human warship ever constructed, the Terran Wrath, launched into space. Its hull, black and scarred from battle tests, gleamed as it soared toward the alien mothership. The Terran Wrath was powered by an experimental technology, and the galaxy had never seen anything like it. As the ship's massive weapons locked onto the alien mothership, the humans held their breath. With a single deafening shot the Terran Wrath fired, the alien mothership trembled, its shields barely holding. Earth's future hung in the balance. Would this shot be the one to end the war, or would the aliens retaliate with a deadly counterattack? The alien mothership, now battered and struggling under the might of Earth's Terran Wrath, was moments away from collapsing. But the alien fleet wasn't ready to surrender just yet. Desperation spread through the ranks of the alien commanders. They had one final weapon. It's a secret weapon. Something so powerful that it could obliterate Earth's forces in a single, devastating blow. It was a weapon from the darkest corners of the galaxy. One they had kept hidden for centuries. On the mothership's bridge, alien engineers scrambled to activate it. The device was massive, a complex array of energy coils and blackened metal, designed to harness the power of a dying star. If it worked, it would vaporize everything in its path, including Earth's fleet. But even as they worked furiously, there was one problem: the weapon was unstable. If it malfunctioned, it could destroy the aliens themselves. The Deathworlders, watching from their own warships, understood the gravity of the situation. They were fierce, but even they knew when to retreat. But there was no retreat for the aliens. The weapon had to fire, or their entire fleet would be wiped out. With the Terran Wrath advancing, the countdown to fire began. A hum of energy filled the air, growing louder, until it reached a deafening roar. The weapon powered up, glowing with deadly intent. But just as the alien commanders prepared to launch their final strike, a human warship, carrying a small but powerful surprise, appeared from the darkness. Would the Terran Wrath survive the blast? Or would this be the end for humanity? The alien weapon, now fully charged, pulsed with destructive energy, ready to annihilate everything in its path. The alien commanders, their faces tense with anticipation, watched as the countdown reached its final moments. They believed this was their last chance to crush humanity and the Deathworlders once and for all. But as the weapon prepared to fire, something unexpected happened. A human warship, sleek and fast, darted through the wreckage of the battle. Its mission was clear: stop the weapon at all costs. The ship, carrying the last of Earth's advanced technology, was armed with a device so powerful it could disable the alien weapon in one strike. The Terran Wrath, still advancing toward the mothership, paused as the smaller human ship came into position. The device was fired with pinpoint accuracy, striking the weapon's core just as it unleashed a blast of energy. There was a brilliant flash followed by an eerie silence. For a moment, it seemed like the entire battlefield had frozen. Then, slowly, the alien weapon began to power down. Sparks flew from the core as it collapsed in on itself, rendering it useless. The alien fleet, now powerless, turned to flee. But Earth's forces were ready. Humanity's warships, with their superior tactics and technology, tore through the remaining alien ships. One by one, they fell. And the once proud fleet of the Galactic Council was shattered as the last alien ships were destroyed. Earth's forces stood victorious. The Deathworlders, watching in silent approval, acknowledged humanity's power. The galaxy would never forget this day. But just as the human fleet began to celebrate, the transmission came through another alien race, unknown and even more dangerous, was watching. They had seen what humanity had done, and they were preparing to make their move. Earth's triumph had only just begun.